evening, everyone. Today we're going to discuss about how climate change affect our daily lifestyle. So, from my point of view, I think that climate change will affect our clothing styles, especially it will vary from both cold and hot weathers. First, if we talk about hot weathers, during our hot temperature, we would like to wear some cloth material which are not so thick, and also where we can, I mean, clothes where air can pass through easily. For example, short sleeve shirts or shorts. Okay. For cold weathers, we prefer wearing some clothes which are thicker than usual. For example, jackets or sweaters. So by wearing this during the cold weather, it can keep us a bit warmer so that we can maintain our body temperature and avoid us from getting into sick.
I see.
From my point of view, I think that climate change affects our daily lives in the way of our health, because it's the main issue where our health is at risk when the climate changes drastically as time passes. Because one of the climate change is that the global warming. Because when global warming rises, we, especially for the animals, especially at the polar side, I mean the North Pole side, where the polar bear, they have to lose their habitats, where they have no place to stay and for their shelter, because of the ice keep on melting. So as for humans means, our risk of life, because of we always breathe oxygen which are getting more dirtier and dirtier. So it's harmful to our lungs and cause lung cancers, and also skin disease, because of when our ozone get thinner, is it? So that time more ultraviolet radiation pass through to our atmosphere. So it will cause skin cancer and other problems to our health. So that's what I think, that health is the main issue that affect our lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gaya. Like you say, right? I help you to make it more precisely of the lung cancer, everything. Okay, first, how we get lung cancer? From the climate change, the temperature of our Earth is getting higher and higher. So it leads to the wildfire from the forest. So from the wildfire comes smoke, which are really very harmful for our human beings, especially it even can get the asthma attack, lung disease. It will hurt a lot on our lung tissue.
Cause diseases.
Yeah, it causes diseases when we inhale in the smoke that have been released by the wildfire. So
I think I agree with both of you, because I think health is the most important thing, right? And for now we can see it's raining every day, right? So for some people who get as easily like a cold, and have a weak antibody.
okay,
So if our body will become weak and we cannot attend to the class, and it will disrupt our daily life routine, something like that.
how about you?
I agree with the health issue that is caused by climate change, because my point is that besides besides lung cancer and all, climate change can also promote the increase of diseases such as Zika or malaria, are mainly caused by mosquitoes, because when climate changes, it gets hotter. This favors for the mosquito to
Breed more.
breed more, because they prefer hot weathers. Even like Zika, they hit the hardest at the hot regions on Earth.
So you said that it will, because the warm temperature, it's suitable for the mosquito to breed more and breed well. Am I right? I see. So any other opinions? Go ahead.
Well, I think that the health, as I agree with Kavisha's point, that can cause disease by mosquito, because the mosquito, as time passes, they will evaluation occur, because they can adapt to the situation better and better and better. So apart from disease, we can see that climate also affect our natural agriculture crops, because our main source is food. Food come from the agriculture field, like paddy or something like that. So when this climate changes affects the paddy field, our crops, we unable to produce large amounts of fruit production. So it will become day by day, it will become limited sources for us because our population will keep on rising and rising. So that's what I think.
I agree with Gaia point a lot. Like because our increased population and the warm temperature also, it can lead higher death rates of the poultry like chickens, fish, goats, everything. So like if the more and more high the temperature means that there is a place that cannot farm the poultry anymore. So what will be happen for for us, for human being, omnivore, that we need the protein source from the poultry, right?
I want to add something in the agriculture side. Yeah, when this is the example, like when the rain come heavily and it will cause the flooding, and that also will affect the crops, the agriculture area, like the farm, and also will affect the farmers. Yeah, the harvest also, and the farmers also, their sources of income. Yeah, income like that.
May I ask for clarification? Like you say it's raining heavily. How can raining heavily affect the crops?
The flooding.
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 Okay,
sorry.
I see.
What she meant was when raining, right, heavy rain, so the crops will they will have too much of water content in the soil. So if they absorb too much of water, they will start to wilt also.
Or subway.
So they cannot grow very well. So they need sunlight also to stay alive.
I see Kavisha has something want to add on.
Yeah, I have. Since our crop seal is having a problem, so this causes a bigger problem to us actually, because globally the crop yield has been decreased. So this causes the increase in price of those crops,
Yes.
including vegetables, fruits, even poultry, as you said.
Yes, I do agree with Kavisha's point, because few years back, I mean 100 years back, the food sources we buy are way cheaper than not right now, because when the sources are limited, the price tend to increase, and it will affect our lifestyle, because sometimes our income are not really high, so we have to support our family, or it will affect our daily money income.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with Gaia and Kavisha, because hot countries such as Somalia and Ethiopia, their weather is usually very hot, so they cannot plant or crop anything like paddy and also corn. So plus their life are also under poverty, very much high poverty. So they cannot buy higher price stuffs to eat.
So due to the climate change also will affect the production of the fruits. Yeah, especially the fruits. The fruit is it will determine our health, right? So like now,
And
most
also
of
vegetables.
the most of fruit we can't affordable, because the rates of production is too slow, but the demand is too high already. So it will affect our lifestyle and make us unhealthy. Right? Yeah.
May I add something to your Bernard's point?
Sure.
Because when the fruit sources, as you said, will be limited and price increase, so what the scientists will do, they will create genetically modified
Yes,
products.
exactly.
So which is nowadays are quite danger to our health also. So it's indirectly will affect our health in a way because of the climate changes.
True. So
Anis, would you like to add on anything?
Yeah, I would like to add on based on the ecosystem. As we all know, the hot weather can cause the ice on the Atlantic will melt, right? So the ocean level will increase.
yes.
And yeah, so it will affect our what is it?
Water level.
Yeah, water level, and affect this kind of ecosystem in the water some how we call it the plankton.
Plankton, do you mean the
Oh, the-
animals?
Yeah, some animal
The
can.
sea creatures.
Yeah, the sea creatures. Some of the sea creatures cannot stand the heat.
Oh, okay, I understand.
And I read somewhere in the internet it said that the warmer the ocean, the high level of
Mercury.
Is it?
Is it?
What she meant was when the temperature increased, so the water level in the sea also increased due to the melting of ice in the North Pole and South Pole.
I see.
So plus it will also cause the temperature and water level of the sea also to increase, which is not favorable for the sea creatures to stay alive.
I see. I also read the articles that if the high temperature in the sea, it will cause the animals in the sea, such as fish or the seafood, have a high content of mercury, which is detrimental to our health. So it will really have a bad situation in our,
Bad effect.
bad effect to our daily lifestyles, especially we as an omnivores.
Yeah, mercury is poisonous to humans.
It's true.
Well, I like to add something that just now Anis mentioned about the raining, right? So I thought of something that when raining also may cause acid rain, because when the gases, the poisonous gases goes up to the atmosphere, they'll change to acid rain. The acid rain not only affect our health but also the iron construction, like bridges. So it will like affect our construction buildings, and one day it won't be stable at all.
I would like to add on one more point. Climate change also will affect our eating habits.
How?
Eating habits.
Yeah, can you
It's like during hot weathers, we prefer some foods which are cold, like ice cream, and also like any kind of cold drinks, ice drink, so that we don't feel the warm inside our body, so we can feel comfortable, or we won't be sweating too much due to the hot weather. And for the cold weather, you can see during Christmas, right? In overseas, they prefer hot chocolate and marshmallow for their Christmas or breakfast, so it will keep them warm throughout their daily routine. And also, some people who live in hot countries, they prefer cold countries. Countries where the weather are cold. So also tourism also can be said like that.
Human being is like that actually.
Human beings are like that.
Yeah, because
True,
others'
because-
grass from other side is much better than the grass in our side, am I right?
Yes, true.
Yes. Okay, Gaya, I think you have something to add on.
Well,
Okay.
well, actually I don't have anything.
Oh, I thought you seeing me there. I thought you have anything to say. Felicia? Okay also.
Okay.
So short of.
I think okay lah.
Well, we come to the end of discussion. We can see that all of us agree that climate change affect our lifestyle in many ways, such as health, our surroundings, and also our food production. So it can be said that our climate change, it's truly affect our lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.